Hey folks, Russ Bailey here. It's time for another BrushPile Podcast. Whether you're getting this podcast on iHeartRadio, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast, we're there. Or, of course, on our BrushPile app, which is the easiest way. We've got another great guest today. You're looking at some of his products. He's got many more. Mr. Stephen Abernathy. Steve, how we doing?
Good, sir.
Steve, I met you a couple years ago at the Grizzly Show. And I think at the time, the only thing you had was the bait pen.
That's right.
That was the first edition. You made some improvements in that. Brother, you got a lot of things on the market now.
Well, we're trying. We're trying to stay up with the new products coming out as far as the Garmin products and, just on the bait market too. And it's a hard struggle, but we're trying to stay with them, because every time we get something made that works good on a product, they come up with something else.
Yep.
So you got to stay on top of it, But it's going good.
Well, let's start with the beginning.
Okay.
We talked about the bait pen, and I know when I posted videos or photos and stuff, I get a lot of texts saying, "What's that thing you're wearing around your neck?"
Right.
It's not a necklace. Show the folks exactly what this is
What
about.
this does, this is a new version of it. It's injected molded. The cap just pops off. The slide comes out, and you fill this tube full of crappie or slab bites from crappie magnet. And you put the slide back on, top back on, and you produces them one at a time, just almost like a Pez dispenser.
It is.
Yeah, you just pop one out, and when you're ready for another, just click it up, and it's ready for another one. And we have teamed up with Crappie Magnet this year, and so you can buy a pen like this, but it comes with a jar of slab bites in it.
Ready to go.
Ready to go. So it's all one combo pack and one-stop shop.
And the thing is, whether you're a tournament angler or just out on the water for fun, the reason I use this so much because A, you're constantly digging in them jars, and I got pretty big fingers trying to pull them things out. They fall all over. Put them in here one at a time, and this will last me a whole day's fishing.
Oh, yeah. And if you run out, that's a good thing.
Yep.
Because you're catching fish.
That's right.
If you don't use them, you need to move spots. But, this bait pen was kind of just a accidental, not accidental. My dad, he fished with crappie niblets, nonstop. He would not go fishing without them, period. And he'd just come home if he didn't have crappie niblets. That's how he liked them so much. And he passed away, and they brought his boat and stuff home. He passed away for crappie fishing. And they brought his boat home, and his boat was just full of these, jars of these emptied in the floor everywhere. And I told myself, I got to come up with something for, better to hold these things for people to dispense them better. And we come up with the bait pen. It's been working pretty good.
I'll tell you what, I absolutely love it, man.
Yeah.
I do. David Jones and I, we did a show that just aired, and we hit a cold front down at Green River.
Mm-hmm.
And it was cold. And the bite, David likes a spider rig, so we were spider rigging, but the bite was so light, I just, by chance, I started holding a rod in hand.
Right.
And I could feel it. But that was a key too. I had to use the slab bites, and man, it was just load and go, load and go.
We're at Del Hollow this weekend, and we're long lining with fence pins behind the boat, and we've been tipping them with these slab bites with the bait pen. And it's so much easier. Multi poles you got out, you can just reach them up there and pop them on, and you're ready to go. And the bite's been better,
And folks, a lot of times you've heard me say on shows, a lot of times I won't start out with scent. But if that bite is tough or you've got this cold front, I'll always go to the slab bite. And as luck has it, when we tape shows sometimes, the day before we got to this camp that we're at, it was 75 degrees, very light winds, warm, and it had been that way all week. We get there, cold front moves in yesterday. Today it's really cold. They're calling for a high of like 50. You never know. Always have something like that.
Always. And that says something too about, the slab bites. Is we're pulling them behind the boat a mile an hour on fence bands and they're staying on.
Yep.
There's not too many baits that do that. That I know of. But
now, you have branched out since we first met. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about another product.
Okay. Well, we have the Easy Clips. They're wire management. They clip on. Let's just say this is your trolling motor shaft. They just your live scope wire goes on one side. If you have a regular transducer wire, it goes on the other side. And they just pop on. Just pop on the shaft and just snap on. Hold your wires pretty. Gets rid of the black tape, the zip ties.
And with the live scope, with that wiring, zip ties are the last thing you want to use.
They're a big no-no. And now they're saying that the black tape is a no-no because in the summer, something about in the black tape, the glue in the black tape is eating through the grounding shielding of the live scope wire. So that voids your warranty.
And that's a big investment.
Yes, yes.
So the Easy Drift, again, they're easy to put on. We added mine to the boat last year at the fall camp. Pop them on, wiring's in there, and I'll tell you what, it's nice and it's easy, and now I don't have to worry about something.
Exactly. You know, and if you hit a stump or something with a wire or a limb, it pops them off your shaft. So, you know, so something's got to give on that shaft. You know, it's either going to be the wire. You don't want that because it's a lot of money.
Yep.
So these clips just pop off with the wire in it, and you just reach down there and pop them back on. You know, it's that easy. And the next thing we got here is come out with is the transducer clip. Your live scope transducer bolts onto this clip, and it will turn on a shaft. You know, if you hit a stump hard, it'll turn, or it will come off. You know, if you hit something hard enough, it'll come off instead of breaking. I have multiple pictures of the original clamp that goes on the Garmin just broken all to pieces. You know, and they're $50 a piece every time you do it. And everybody's saying I'm gonna have to carry multiple clamps now because I'm breaking them all the time. And people say, well, you shouldn't feel rough on your product, but when you're in a tournament, you got to do what you got to do.
You're in where the fish are.
You got to fish. So this is designed to pop off, and it's 8-degree pitch on it, so it's away from your trolling motor, and it's just designed to pop off and pop back on, and it's easy to set, and you still get your up and forward view and down view out of it, and it works great.
Okay. And this contraption.
That's your hood. It goes on top of your live scope transducer. It's for the Gen 1, or this is for the Gen 2 wire, which is the round wire, the single round wire. It bolts onto your top of your transducer, holds that wire straight. Because what we've been seeing is customers calling us down at the base of that, where the wire comes out, is breaking. It's the shielding is breaking around it, or the cable is breaking out of it. So what this does is holds it straight up until you come up into your clips. And it's all straight line, keeps it straight, and keeps it strong. And this was the same thing, but this is for the Gen 1 with the double wire. So it just same thing, it bolts on the top, keeps the wire straight, and it works perfect.
What do you do, like sit at home and think of things to come up with here?
Well, I think of problems I've had, then now that I've been doing it so long, everybody calls me and say, this is a problem we're having, can you take care of this? So, you know, I've had several people come up to media camp this weekend that's having a problem with a certain product that we're working on for them and going to fix that problem. So that's what we do. We're just problem solving, you know, just solving problems.
And the other thing is, and I think this is important, so you've got this company, but you are a crappie fisherman.
Yes.
And you're fishing tournaments, so you're out there, you know
we
what
know
some
what
of the issues are.
You know, and to come back to the pen, tournament fishing, you know, if you're in a tournament fishing, if you had to take this jar and open it every time.
In an 8-hour day.
Get a nipple it out, put it on your hook, put the jar lid back on because you don't want to spill them in your boat, put it back down. I've like already hooked 10 of them with this. And time is money on that water. You know, I think Stephen Capps said, you save, what was it, 5 minutes, 12 times, you got yourself an hour.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's a lot in a tournament. So that's, you know, just time saving, wire saving, any kind of help that we can give the fishermen to keep their time down. And an everyday fisherman, if you're on a pond bank, you can got to carry that jar. You can just
got it right around your neck.
Right around your neck, and just get you one off there. And we also, you know, we have a set of drift paddles. They're manual drift paddles. They're a cheaper version. That way, everyday fishermen can afford them.
Yeah.
You know, because not everybody a tournament fisherman or can go out and afford a $4,000 set of power poles. So, you know, we got a set of drift paddles that they're $499.99.
Yeah.
So, or $5.99. Yeah.
Why do you fish in windy conditions?
No, yeah. I think that's all there is. I've never fished on a pretty day. You know, I think we got here Friday or Thursday, and it was beautiful. 75 degrees, no wind, perfect. And we got here, it's like the wind came with us, the rain came with us, and
we brought some of it from Ohio too.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, Steve, tell me if I'm wrong here, because my cameraman gets on me all the time. But one day when we're taping the show here, he will hear me say, "Man, that wind needs to lay down."
Mm-hmm.
And then the next day we're taping a show, he'll hear me say, "The wind needs to pick up just a little bit. We need a little ripple underwater."
Yeah, yeah. Well, believe it or not, I said Thursday, I said, we need a ripple.
See?
Then yesterday, like, good Lord, it was like the Titanic out there. It was awful. But we've been having a great time and just showcasing our products and just having fun.
So folks, you heard it from Steve. He agrees with me. So if you get a chance, send Joe the camera guy a text or something. Tell him just get off of me a little bit, okay? We either need the wind to lay down or we need a little ripple. So, but Steve, anything else you want to tell the folks?
Oh, I want to add one more product. We do have the injector pen.
Yes, sir. I'm waiting to get mine.
Yep, the injector pen, it has 2 tubes that come with it. You fill the tubes up with your crappie bait, slide bites or whatever bait you use, and you put it inside the pen, and it comes out in a paste. It comes out, you can fill the eye hole jigs up, you can fill the tube jigs up. It works great. And I got a friend that he just makes a big worm out of it and throws it on his hook. But any way you want to use it, it works great. But you can check them out. You can check all our products out at easydrifttrollingsystems.com. And we're on Facebook, on TikTok, and we're in a bunch of stores, and Grizzly Jig Company.
Okay.
So.
And before we take out of here, folks, I want to remind you, make sure you get that BrushPile app for your phone. Doesn't matter if it's an Apple or a Samsung, whatever you got, it'll work. It's completely free. Have you seen the app yet,
It's
Steve?
awesome. It's awesome.
Folks, you can do everything on it. You keep a log of your fishing dates. You can book a guide. If you've seen someone on our show you like to fish with, his information's there, his bio's there. You can hit a button on it, takes you straight to his phone, and you'll call him. All of our shows there, these podcasts are on there, so make sure you get the BrushPile app. Again, completely free and something every fisherman should have. Steve, we're out of here, brother.
Let's go fishing.
Thanks for joining us.
All
right. Hope you enjoyed today's podcast. Stay tuned. We'll be back with another one right here on BrushPile Fishing.